Happy New Year, everybody. Today's January 1st, 2016. And after weeks of rain and overcast skies, at least it stopped raining a little bit, so decided to walk this battlefield. This is very close to where I live in Bristow, Virginia. And part of the battlefield is being preserved here. There was a battle fought here in 1863. And up here is a parking lot. There's my little red car. And the part of the battlefield that's being preserved is over this way. So what we're going to do is just take a quick hike around here. It's 2 or 3 miles, making in a big loop. So we're going to start over here and work our way around, and I'll take pictures and make whatever commentary I can. So this is more of a sightseeing tour than it is a hike. There's a lot of Confederate dead buried here. The signs say that they were typically the Confederate dead from each state had their own separate burial area. Most of the areas are unknown as to their exact location, but this area here is known. These are the men from the state of Alabama. It says, "Here lie men from the state of Alabama. These men died from disease incurred while at Camp Jones," which was here near Bristow Station, and from numerous battles in northern Virginia, August through December 1861. And over there is the extent of the graves. I don't see any marked graves. And unfortunately, there's development all around us here. If you look up there, you'll see all these townhouses. And you can probably hear road noise too. So, but anyway, here's the graveyard for the Confederate soldiers from the state of Alabama. Seven-tenths of a mile into the hike, I'm getting close to the railroad tracks now, and this large field here is where a lot of the fighting took place. I'm on the north side of the tracks. Over that way is Brentsville Road and Manassas and Broad Run. And Brentsville's down that way. And down this way is Kettle Run and Nokesville. I'm at the very edge of this large field where some of the fighting took place, and just to give you an idea how close it is to the tracks, there's where I came from. Came down this way, and right there's the railroad tracks. Used to be the Orange and Alexandria Railroad, now it's Norfolk and Southern. One piece of advice: if you come here, don't come after it's been raining for a few days. A lot of the trail looks just like that. Or if you do come, make sure you wear high boots that are completely waterproof, like maybe rubber boots. This is the Robertson Family Cemetery. The sign up top says Robertson 1884. I'll step in, get a couple pictures. That one says J. Willie Robertson, born 1870, died 1910. There's another Robertson, born 1829, died 1891. And next to him it says Our Mother, Mary V. Robertson, born 1848, died 1915. Currently disturbed by, what's that? Maybe a groundhog hole. These are the railroad tracks. That's looking towards Nokesville. During the Civil War, there was a store there called Davis Store. That's heading up towards Linton Hall. That's looking towards Manassas. And during the Civil War, the train depot was right here in this area. Well, the silo's still standing, but the barn is long gone. That's where it was. I went over there and looked around. You can see some of the foundation. Here's a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Nokesville, 1994. Now, I'm just showing you where it is on this map. This area here where I circled is where Bristow Station Battlefield is. There is nothing shown on this map, however. The fact that it's a battlefield or that there's any trails or anything on there. So instead of going over that, I'm going to use this Google Earth screenshot. This is the Norfolk Southern Railroad. During the Civil War, it was called the Orange and Alexandria Railroad. Up this way is to Manassas. Well, first you cross Broad Run and then you get to Manassas. Down this way, you cross Kettle Run, and then you end up in Nokesville. The Bristow Station Depot was here in this northeast quadrant. Right in here is where the Bristow train station was during the Civil War times. This is Route 619, and it goes by several names. Down this way is heading towards Brentsville, and up this way is headed towards Linton Hall. Here's Route, oh no, Route 28's not shown. Okay, so anyway, you come in on Route 619 and you get off at the very back of the subdivision, go around this roundabout, and you park right here. And then you can get on the trail. I went around this way. There's a sign here directing you to the right if you want to go see the Confederate grave site, so I went around this way. Here's where the Confederate grave site is. Then you backtrack, walk around here until you get all the way down to here. Now when you get down to here, You're really right next to the railroad right here. But you bear to the left and you follow the railroad this way. Then you cut back and you start heading up this way towards this pond. Now when you get here, you turn to the right, but if you sort of bushwhack your way through here, you can find your way up to this pond. You follow on around this way, and then when you get to here, this is the Robertson family cemetery that I showed you. Then what I did was I hiked on down along here. This field here, there's a bunch of horses grazing in there that I showed in my video. That's where the horses are right there. Anyway, you come down this, I came down this way, went over here, and then I left the battlefield, walked a short ways down Bristow Road, down here to where Bristow Road crosses the railroad tracks. Took the video showing you where the train station used to be. Then I hiked back this way, back into the park, came up this way past the cemetery again, and then it continued on up this way, and then from here on is uphill till you get up to here. Now this is up on the high ground. This is where the Confederates had their artillery located. There, right here is an old, well, it's a 20th century brick house that's still there. The silo that I showed you is right here. No barn anymore. Then I came on down this way, back this way around by the pond, and then back to the parking lot. Now, it had been raining here for, gosh, off and on for a couple weeks, but it stopped today, and I decided to walk this battlefield. Now, it was extremely wet and squishy, especially down here where where it's down a lower elevation. Up here it's fairly dry, but down here is real muddy and squishy. So if you come here after it's been recently raining, I would suggest that you wear some waterproof boots. And that's the hike for today.